Mom's name?
2019 Debbie.
Want to say anything to her? Look into the camera and say something to her. Come on, bro. You can do this. Come on, bro. It's okay. All right? My name's Drew, bro. I'm here for you. What do you want to say to her? You're good, bro.
I don't know what to say, man.
Okay, that's okay. What about your brother?
Same thing. Don't know what to say.
All right. It's tough, isn't it? Never ever imagined when you were 16 years old that you'd end up down here like this?
No.
Ever.
No.
You were telling me you used to look at people on the street that like they were scummy, and here we are. We both have that experience. Unfortunately, you are current, I am past. Fucking ask you about your life. Talk as much as you want. Talk as less as you want. If you don't feel comfortable, don't say it. Try not to use the word fentanyl.
Yeah, I want to know.
Just go like this maybe, because we're old enough. You're 50, aren't you?
Yeah.
This is Bubbles, my homie.
This is Bubbles.
I'm Alan.
So here, ask the question. Why do you think the police, so many police came down here in the last month? What was the objective?
The fucking. Their objective was to try to clean up the streets.
Their objective is to kind of...
You know, it's the hardest thing I've ever done, man. Be homeless.
It's a hard job, right?
It is.
Where am I going to sleep? Where am I going to eat? Where am I going to get clothes? How am I going to wipe my bum?
You know what?
When's the last time you had a clean, fresh pair of underwear?
I got a fresh pair in the bag right there.
Like brand new?
Brand new, yeah.
Oh, you steal?
No, I don't steal.
I could never steal when I was homeless.
I know the spots to go to where you can get things like that.
Oh, that's cool. Back when I was back homeless, bro, one of the first things I was grateful for when I got sober was I had clean underwear in my dresser every day for like 2 weeks. I told that at the treatment center that I was at, and the old man that was in the treatment center, he was an aircraft pilot, worked for Air Canada. He got pissed off. He goes, "What's this punk doing in here? He's not like me." I'm like, "Bro, I'm an addict just like you." Don't matter where you come from, who you are, what religion you're in.
No.
You grow up in a bad situation, you just have one or two bad traumatic experiences.
You know what?
Experiences,
Out
you're
of
done.
like 95% of the people I meet downtown on the east side are all people that grew up in foster care.
A lot of them, man. I was a foster parent for 21
Dude,
years.
I can't believe how many people down here grew up in foster homes and shit. It's obviously they're, you know, the reason why they're down here, like it's gotta have some sort of effect, you know what I mean, on that person growing up in foster care. So you know what? Maybe the government could, like, you know, maybe
What they used to...
pre-interaction that right there, just knowing that that person's name is been on foster care, and you know what, they're probably gonna end up on the east side soon. So you know what, maybe you can throw something in the mix of things and prevent shit like that from happening. But you know what?
Yeah.
We're not.
What do you know what they do in foster
we're
care
not
now?
that kind of.
No. In foster care, actually, you get money until you're like 25, and they actually do help you out a little bit later.
But why fix a problem when you can make money off of it?
Wow, bro, that's called
That's
the world,
what cancer is, right?
Yeah.
You know, they got cures
Hey,
for cancer.
When's the
but-
last time you got a chocolate Easter egg? When you were a kid? What year were you? 12?
No. My grandma gave them to me all the way up to like 30, bro. Even my mom, I think.
It's Easter today, you know that?
I know it's Easter, yeah.
Uh-huh.
I
Time for family.
You know what? I was always, for some reason, I always recall being locked up on Easter. In
Today
jail.
you're free, bro. Well, you're outside.
Outside,
You're not
yeah.
locked in a box, but you're locked in a box between your ears, the back
yeah.
of your skull, and your eyes.
This is, you know, I even, somebody said, "Oh, you go to jail for doing that." I just said, "Oh, really? Oh, I'm scared to go there, eh? A roof over my head, 3 fucking meals a day, you know, like."
What are you doing?
Mr. Brownstone.
Did you hear what he said?
Yeah, I know.
Did you, Mr.
Going to
Looking for Mr.
Brownstone.
Brownstone?
Yeah.
None of these people watch this. None
That's
of these
pretty cool.
people that are waiting on the bus have any idea of what life's going to be coming. They're all like in their 20s, all these kids.
Yeah.
They have no idea. And these ones
No.
here, this girl doesn't even, she's got a, do you know what you have in your hand?
Yes.
What's that?
Sí, de por el blanco.
Do you know what happens to kids that smoke pot too much?
I don't smoke.
No.
They end up like this when they're in their 30s.
Literally.
Ask any one of them.
Not so much a pothead.
I do this to kids to try to scare them. I'm thinking I'm scaring them, but I'm absolutely not. Maybe you can. Anyways, bro. Hey, listen.
Yeah, man.
Can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Can you just try every day just to think a little bit about your mom? Because, bro, I grabbed your heart and just pulled it out of your chest right there.
Yeah.
Right? Your mom, that's family. You got anything to say to your mom?
Of course, I love you, Mom.
There you go. That's what I needed. Again, here we go. Drew Coover's at it. He's downtown and he has absolutely no freaking idea what he's doing because this is a dangerous fucking city. But every once in a while I get to go downtown and walk around and meet some people and, you know, sort of interview them before I do the interview to find out if they're going to try to rob me or stab me or beat me because it's just crazy. This guy wouldn't do it. We talked lots.
My friends.
What's your name?
My name's Carl.
Carl.
Carlito, also known as Carlito.
You're also known as Carlito?
Carlito, yeah.
We're gonna go right into it because I think you can handle it.
Yeah.
All right, friends, I'm back again. Here we go. Drew Coover's at it. He's downtown and he has absolutely no freaking idea what he's doing because this is a dangerous fucking city. But every once in a while I get to go downtown and walk around and meet some people and, you know, sort of interview them before I do the interview to find out if they're going to try to rob me or stab me or beat me because it's just crazy. This guy wouldn't do it. We talked lots. 2 years. What's the biggest difference between home and Vancouver?
I think, yeah.
The biggest.
The climate.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, weather.
The weather.
Where's your family?
They're in Mexico.
And mine here.
Where's your family?
Oh, we are,
Go now. God bless you, girls. Three.
I'm aware of.
Okay. The ones that you're aware of, the oldest one's name and the youngest one's name.
I don't want to name them, but my oldest one is named after my family, Nelson, and he's like in his early 20s. He's got some father issues, and then I got a daughter who's like about 15 or 16.
Oh, wow. That's amazing. The teenager.
And I try to keep in touch with her as much as I can, but not when I'm like messed up. But yeah, pretty much.
Did I ask you your name?
But they have good mothers.
I did ask you your name. I'm sorry.
Carl, yeah.
Did
I'll
they-
say my first name, Carl.
What, did you see the woke kids on the bike yelling at the vehicles?
Yeah.
They're woke kids on the bike yelling at cars. Don't they realize cars are damaging? They can damage people on bikes. I know I've been damaged from I know shit. I know shit. So can you tell me, where did you grow up?
Right here, East Van.
East Van, bro.
Actually, West Van. Yeah.
Yeah, this is the.
Technically West Van.
Can you
I
tell
grew up
me?
East Van.
Can you tell me where you sleep at night?
Usually in a shelter or at a friend's place, or sometimes I don't sleep at all.
Yeah, you just walk the streets.
Well, I do what I do, yeah.
You do what you do. I was homeless once before. 19 months on the streets in Vancouver.
Sometimes I'll just sit motionless, sit like how my friend there is sitting. Just sit on the bus stop or whatever, do my thing.
A
Yeah,
lot of thinking.
yeah, pondering, whatever.
You pondering. You seem fairly sober right now.
Yeah, I'm trying to dwell on the past because I've just been detoxing a bit at the hospital because I had a bit of an asthma attack, so I had to, you know, just go by the rules, right?
You were in the hospital.
Yeah, I'm
can
in the
you
hospital.
show the camera your hand?
Yeah.
Like, can you come up and do like this about this far?
Smoking.
So,
From smoking cigarettes only. Yeah. Emphysema.
Probably from a lot of things.
Oh, that's from emphysema and asthma.
So, can I ask you why you have a needle in your arm still?
Well, that's because they're gonna probably need to add some more.
So they've left it in and
Using
asked.
tonight. Yeah, because I'm allowed to go back.
Okay,
later.
so you're gonna go back to the hospital and get some more medication.
Yeah, I think I have at least 1 or 2 more days until it clears up, and then when they say I can go, then I'll leave like completely.
Well, that's fantastic. How do you feel about our healthcare system?
It's actually improved since the last time. It's improved since the last time because before it used to be pretty bad. Like I go ask for help. A couple of times I've been arrested and thrown in jail instead of getting the help I need, right? Then they would take all my stuff, like my money and whatever, then throw me in jail and let me go, charge me, and then let me go no charge and say, oh, you're free to go now. After they took all my stuff. Yeah, like $3,000 one time they took that, kept it. Said they were gonna keep
the coppers?
Yeah. Said they were gonna keep it without any trace. They took my drugs. I overdosed at that time, seriously. So I beat that charge. It was withdrawn. because of a life-threatening situation. Yeah.
Friends, I want to segue to a certain place. In the last couple of months, our mayor, Ken Sim, and the police chief of Vancouver, they got together and created this $5 million fund to hire a whole bunch more beat cops.
Yeah.
So I think we've all noticed there's a whole bunch more cops walking the streets in the last month, haven't there been?
Yeah, there has, yeah.
And do you think that this might be one of the reasons why cops are getting more, there's getting a lot more assaults happening to police?
Possibly. But I mean, I don't fuck around with them and they don't fuck with me, so I just, pardon my language.
You know your role.
I don't mess with them and they don't mess with me.
Yeah.
Like, I know some of the older ones, so I just tell them, I got lawsuits against them and they say, well, am I going to follow through with that? I say, yeah, well, it depends if you leave me alone or not. So they just leave me alone. I don't mess with them, right? Yeah. So.
How long have you been on the street, bro? Homeless, like without a like a long term.
Since June. So
Since
I just
June.
got off parole.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
inside?
I was in a halfway house.
So how long were you inside for?
4 years ago, since January 2020.
January 2020. So you got out.
June 2020 this year.
Oh, and then you went back in.
No. Then I got off parole.
Oh, you got off parole and
But
I see.
I got out on parole last February. Then I finished my parole in this June. So I've been successful for that period of time. Yeah.
Wait! You just said something.
Successful, yeah.
What did you say? What's the word?
Successful. Yeah.
You just turn everything the fuck off.
Yeah.
You just said you are.
Successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and one of the things that I've noticed that this guy said on a few occasions is he's had it before. You had sobriety before?
Yeah. 7 years.
How did it feel when your first maybe 6 months of sobriety or recovery? How did it feel? Do you remember how you felt during that time?
Oh yeah, it felt good because I had everything in life that I could want.
And then what happened? You started slowly getting more stuff?
Bored.
You got bored?
I kind of got bored with life. Celebrated New Year's Eve, and then that was it. 3 or 4 days later, binging.
Oh, you went out on New Year's.
Hanging with the wrong people, yeah.
Hanging out with the wrong people. You hear that, kids, if you're watching, right? It's all about peer influence. Yeah. If you hang out at the barbershop, guess what? You're going to get a haircut. You hang out with gangsters, you're going to be a gangster. You hang out with the popo. There's a popo. They showing up at the St. Regis Hotel, which used to be a nice pub there. Now it's... Oh, they got stuff on me.
I'm 10-10, so...
Just don't tell them.
I don't worry, because I'm clean, right? I mean, my record.
Your records, yeah, you're
I'm not
doing...
on probation or anything, so...
That really feels
I don't even have
good,
any
eh?
charges. I'm nothing wrong. Yeah.
Can you give me 3 ways you're going to keep that process happening of staying off and staying away from getting charged?
Oh, just be... for me, it's just being more aware of my surroundings and not bothering other people's, respect other people's property and people in general. That's it.
Can I segue into the levels of craziness as it relates to how high one gets?
Oh yeah, you can get pretty high. That's when it's time to shut it down. I just usually just try to go to sleep. If I've been up for too long and I feel like I'm going to start going cuckoo, then I just try to go to sleep. I know when it's time to stop. And that's what helps me, honestly.
Do you
shelter and,
Do you think that the institution helped you a bit, being institutionalized for that time you were in a few years ago, maybe shaking your head a bit, this time you don't want to go back there?
Not really. I'm not scared straight. It's just they really deprive you.
Not scared state, but just a realization and an understanding that being incarcerated and having to sleep in a 6x10. I've been there. I know what it feels like. The first night of the if you're in jail for so long, you're gonna be in jail. What are these people doing? You giving out candies? Can I have candy?
Of course.
What are you guys doing?
Thank you.
We're just handing out Easter for Easter.
Here, you guys might want to watch this. I'm a YouTuber. I help these people. I'm a family mediator and addiction specialist. This is what I do. I do this for no apparent reason other than just creating awareness. You guys are awesome.
Thank you.
I'm going to take care of these. They give them some juice.
Yeah.
So who are you guys with?
We're with the Catholic Church.
Catholic. Which one?
With the cathedral.
The big one?
Yeah.
Where did you guys go to school? Here in Vancouver?
Yes.
What, Notre Dame?
No.
you.
Where did you go to school?
UBC.
No. Where did you go to high school?
We're from Mexico.
Oh, you're from Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico.
The Catholics from Mexico, and look at this, my friends. Come here, girls. You're on camera. Listen, these are girls from Mexico that came to Canada to go to UBC, and on their weekend off, they're giving out food. Ladies,
Cheers.
be careful.
Gracias.
It's dangerous down here, right? It's dangerous.
Yeah, don't trust.
What do you? How long have you been in Vancouver?
For
Me 2 years.
2 years. What's the biggest difference between home and Vancouver?
I think
The biggest.
The climate.
yeah. First of all, weather.
The weather.
Where's your family?
They're in Mexico.
And mine here.
Where's your family?
Oh, we are.
Go now. God bless you, girls.
God bless you.
Thanks for taking out the time.
How cool was that, eh?
I'll take the one on the far right. Which one do you want?
I'll take anyone. I just want to be like, I just want to be married again, maybe one day.
I need this to rinse my mouth.
Here, come on in a little bit. Anyways, no, don't be sorry,
I
bro.
have to use this to keep my windpipe open. Or else.
So, listen, you told me something before we did the video.
Yes.
When's your first child born?
Oh, 2001 or something.
That's awesome. And
You know, it's been funny. I did 4 times in the penitentiary, and it seems like every beginning of every pen bit always started with the birth of one of my children. So, like when my second kid was born in 2004, and that's when I did another pen bit. You know what I mean? So it's kind of strange.
why did you? Bad boys, bad boys. Oh no. You know, ambulances used to fly around Vancouver because an elderly person was hurt or someone broke their leg skateboarding.
Yeah.
Now everyone's getting,
Yeah.
or they're dying.
Yeah.
So sad. 4 times in the pen and always around your kid's states of birth.
I OD'd once in 2019. I didn't even feel it. Like I just woke up and I felt emotional. The next thing you know, I had one of these in my hand.
Oh, you're on camera.
I had
No,
one of
don't be
these in
sorry.
my-
Say
in
hello.
my hand, and I didn't know what happened. I asked what happened. The nurse wouldn't tell me. She was the most beautiful nurse I've seen in my life. Like she was like an angel. I'm telling you.
Oh wow.
Yeah, the most beautiful. I was like, whoa. Then I asked her. She didn't answer me. She just got up, walked away with her cart. Then I knew a guy in the waiting room. He told me that they tried to wake me up and I wouldn't wake up. That I was unresponsive. So I was unresponsive, and then so they had to use the Narcan kit on me, and that's what brought me around again.
I hope this fucking thing recorded. Check 1 2. I think it recorded. Check 1 2. I'm fairly certain it recorded.
Yeah.
I records through this. It goes into there.
If not, you can come see me again tomorrow. We'll do it again for free.
No. I don't want to see you again.
Okay, ever. No, I'm just kidding.
Where do I want to see you?
Any meeting, maybe. You never know.
A meeting. What about?
I'd recognize you. If I saw you again, I'd recognize you.
I get that all the time.
You're a loud kind of, I wouldn't say obnoxious, but just a loud,
Do you know what
kind of guy.
Do you know what my close friends nicknamed me? The Interrupter.
Interrupter.
Because I talk a lot.
Yeah. I'd probably get that too. Nobody listens to me half the time.
Hey, check this building out right here. It's called Catholic Charities. No, it's not. No, it's called Central City Mission.
Yeah.
The first floor, the gray part, that's
Yeah.
the treatment center. That's
When I was coming up, they never had any of this kind of stuff, so I had it rough. Like
bro, I got sober in '96, bro.
Yeah,
Come on. I got sober in '96.
That's around the time I was around in the 90s. Yeah, early 90s.
You had a job?
No, late 80s, early 90s. When
You
my
had a car?
addiction-
You had a car?
My addiction.
I don't give a shit about your addiction.
Yeah.
You had a car?
I had a car.
What kind?
Since last year, I had 3 cars: Cadillac, Grand Prix, and then a Cobalt.
What was your biggest job? What was the year you made the most money working in a regular job?
Probably 2016. Yeah.
What was it?
Scaffolding.
Oh, you're doing scaffolding.
Yeah, I was doing scaffolding. And no, roofing actually. I'd have to say roofing. Yeah, roofing was a good.
When are you fucking gonna get? When are you gonna get off the fucking street and get onto your life? I'm an asshole. Now I'm being a fucking man. When the fuck are you gonna get your shit together?
Year, yeah. Tell my family by next year.
Tell you, I know you've said this a couple times.
My
Quinn,
little
here.
sister, yeah. I just want to say a shout out to my little sister.
Listen, if there's anyone you want to talk to right now and you want to say something to them and you want to tell them how well you're doing or how well you're not or what you want to wish them, this is your opportunity.
Okay, I'll say it right now. Yeah, just to my little sister, Carrie, I'm okay. I was in the hospital, but I'm fine now. And yeah, and I'll call you as soon as I get a chance to, okay? And they're going to send you a copy of the video.
Your kids.
Yeah. And hi to my kids too if they're watching. Yeah, because they're kind of, they got issues. Dad issues, right?
They got dad issues.
Yeah.
Why do you think they have dad issues? Because you
been there? Yeah.
You weren't there because why though?
Because I was in jail.
Because you have addiction problems.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not your fault, bro.
Partially.
Why is it your fault?
Making bad choices, I guess.
Hanging out with the wrong people that put you hanging out with those wrong people. You made the decision to hang out with those people, and unfortunately, as a result of hanging out with those people, you got hooked on the drugs or the addiction, and then all of a sudden it just started manifesting into fucking craziness, and then you went to jail. And then you had these small points in time.
No opportunity from anyone, anywhere.
Yeah,
To really
bro. Who gives you your opportunity?
Usually the government.
No. Who gives you your opportunity?
Myself, usually.
Straight facts, bro.
If I want to do it, I'll do it myself.
You do it. Nobody else gonna do nothing but you.
Do it for myself, yeah. Pretty much, that's what I usually do. That's why I try to dress a little better and look a little better and take care of myself.
We're gonna finish.
Yeah, okay.
Your name, your birth date, and where you grew up.
Well, I'm Carl Nelson from Vancouver. I'm like, my birthday is October 6th, 1975.
I'm 3 years older than you.
Right on, bro.
You're awesome, brother. Give me a hug. You're a good guy, bro.
Looking out.
You're a good guy.
I'm with my friend here, Hopalong.
Hopalong. You got Hopalong. You can stand it down. He's like tired.
Thanks for being Hopalong.
Thanks for being Hopalong. You like being Hopalong?
He's my bro, yeah.
Is he your younger bro? He's younger,
He's
right?
my street brother.
You guys, native guys, gotta stay hanging out together, right?
One time he was in the alley, he had his pants down here, was a summer day, last summer. He had his ass hanging out, he doused him with a cold cup of water. He went,
I tell everyone, if your video goes viral, I'll help pay for your treatment.
yeah.
Because you're Aboriginal, you don't have to pay for your treatment. Like that, I always go to the AA meeting. You go to the AA meeting and say, hey, come on, I want to buy you a coffee.
I want the Mexican treatment.
I've been to Mexico lots. So I'm sitting here. What's your name, bro?
My name's Eric.
Eric, nice to meet you, bro. So what do you think? What did you just say? It's Groundhog Day. What was that about? Do you remember? It's Groundhog Day. You feel like every day you get up, it's the same fucking thing.
Pretty much is, especially being hooked on,
You're the fat, yeah.
fent, right? I never chose to be hooked on fent. I got actually hooked on heroin, opiates, and I chose to do heroin as a replacement. But all of a sudden, fentanyl just replaced that. My shit was the exact same looking. The next day, it was just all full fentanyl, and it wasn't no more heroin. And I was so highly allergic to fentanyl, I died 30 times in the first 2 weeks when it just all changed over.
So what do you think's going on with the SROs in the last year? A lot of them are getting emptied, right? Because people are dying.
Yeah, people are dying.
In the SROs, a lot of street people, I hear street people say they don't want to go into the SROs because it's why.
You know what? It's like a death trap. Like you're pretty much just going to I don't know. It's like going to death row. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. I hear it.
It's like literally.
I was homeless, bro.
Death row.
I was homeless for a year and a half in Vancouver.
You know,
I would go to Catholic church. I would go to a shelter. We go there at 10 o'clock, 7 o'clock at night to sign up. We got there at 10. We get kicked out at 7. At 7 a.m. they'd give us a piece of paper to go to McDonald's or Fresco's for breakfast. And we'd start our day again. And like you said earlier, it's like Groundhog Day. It's a rinse, repeat, and recycle, and I couldn't get out of the addiction.
No.
So here's the next question. So we talked a bit about this involuntary care thing, where they're only going to take people. Someone like you doesn't need to go to involuntary care like the psych ward. But if someone like me were walking down the streets and making connections with people like you and saying, bro, if you really want to go to my treatment place out in Vernon or wherever, I'll take you. But in order to take you, you got to go into a 3-day detox and you got to take a shot of Sublocade. and then we go. What would you think about something like that?
Well, Suffocate is what?
Sublocade's the shot that goes underneath your belly,
Yeah.
and it's a slow release of buprenorphine, which is pharmaceutical grade heroin, for 20 days, 20 to 30 days, and then it's out of your system completely. But that gets you through your 15-day detox, so you don't have to die. But you could, if you want to just go to the detox, I'll lock you up in the room and
You know what,
you sweat and
apparently-
shit and piss it out.
I heard
What
that.
do you like that? Would you like?
No, I wouldn't,
No.
actually.
So take the Sublocade, and then you get clean.
Yeah.
Now you get some steaks, some steak dinner, some mini wheats, some Fruit Loops, some bacon and eggs, some pancakes, and that sounds like a pretty good deal.
Yeah,
What do you think of that?
that actually sounds great.
Would you be willing to do something like that, though?
I'd definitely be willing to do something like that.
It's amazing, you know, how many people I asked the same question in the past 6 months. They all say the same thing. But all these stupid, corrupt politicians can do is say, what? Oh, we're just going to bring a bunch of cops. What do you think of the cops coming down here in the last month?
They could have used that money to house people. The real problem.
Eddie, you know, you can't house someone that doesn't want to get sober.
You know what?
You can
You
house
can't.
them, and then
No.
those places turn into cockroach infested
That's what
drug
SROs
dens.
are. That's what SROs are.
They're drug dens.
Yeah, they are drug dens.
And all the people that work in those places are not even from Canada, so they don't even understand. They have no empathy towards. Well, they might have empathy, but they're not like super connected to the people.
Anybody that doesn't have the mindset that's downtown on the east side, on Hastings pretty much, you know,
Pain and wasting.
and
yeah, you
it's
want pain,
Wastings.
pain and wasting.
Wastings, literally.
Pain and wasting.
Wastings, yeah.
Look right in that camera and say pain and wasting.
Pain and wastings. But literally, if you know, if you have the mindset to not have that in the back of your head, you know, when's my chance? Where's my break? When can I get the fuck out of this, man?
I know.
You know, and you know, like, you know, I always had that opportunity, man. I had good friends and I had a good family, and I could pick up a phone and I could call somebody, and I would have somebody there for me. But I don't have that anymore.
So
man.
your dad was a lawyer?
Yeah, my dad was a
he's
city
passed-
solicitor in Richmond, actually.
Oh wow, so he passed away?
Yeah, he passed away.
Your mom, your
5 years
biological
ago.
mom?
Everybody in my family, except for my mom, my brother, passed away.
What's your
in
mom's name?
2019, Debbie.
Want to say anything to her? Look into the camera and say something to her. Come on, bro. You can do this. Come on, bro. It's okay. All right. My name's Drew, bro. I'm here for you. What do you want to say to her? You're good, bro.
I don't know what to say, man.
Okay, that's okay. What about your brother?
Same thing. Don't know what to say.
All right. It's tough, isn't it? Never ever imagined when you were 16 years old that you'd end up down here like this.
No.
Ever.
No.
You were telling me you used to look at people on the street that like they were scummy, and here we are. We both have that experience. Unfortunately, you are current. I am past.
Yeah.
If you want to get sober, you can do this. Do you believe in yourself? Do you know the hardest thing to do in the world? The hardest thing to do in the world is to become a street drug addict and give up everything that loved you, give up everything you loved for one relationship with one drug, and give everything else up, and then just chase that wild Groundhog Day effect.
This is Bubbles, my homie.
This is Bubbles.
I'm Alan.
So here, ask the question. Why do you think the police, so many police came down here in the last month? What was the objective?
The fucking. Their objective was to try to clean up the streets.
Their objective is to kind of. So where did they push everyone? Into the SROs?
Yeah, but
Because here's the question though. Because the SROs opened up 5 years ago, and then over the past 3 or 4 years, a lot of people have died in the SROs, so a lot of them are empty. And anybody that lived on the street would tell you they aren't going to the SROs because why? Because and people are dying in there,
It's
right?
more
You don't
dangerous
die
than
on
the
the street.
fucking-
It's more dangerous than being on the street.
SRO than it is on the street, yeah.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so this is good. So the next thing is the cops are here because of maybe FIFA next year, trying to clean up the streets.
That's what
That's one of the
That's what
one of the issues.
I heard the reason was. Huh?
Huh? What did you say?
I think that's one of the issues.
One of the
that-
issues. Do you
but-
think it's because the SROs are getting empty because people are dying and there's rooms left? So the societies, the money that are given from the government to the societies, they're going broke. because they don't have enough people in there, so they're pushing the rest of the people into the place really fast because they've done this last month's scoop really fast because it's a scoop. It's like the 60s scoop, except for it's the junkie scoop now. You know what the 60s scoop is, right? The natives, they took all the natives from their families.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. It's just repeated over. They're just doing something new. This is not new. This is just a repeat, right? So all the people now, they're going to SROs. What do you think is going to happen with the last of the people? Involuntary care?
That or jail or fucking...
That's why they're building the new
Hospital.
St. Paul's. It's fucking huge, man. Because they're
It'll
going
be a
to start
detox
sticking
center?
people in. They're going to start sticking the
you
mental
think they're
ward.
gonna-
It's fucking huge
The
in that
mental wards
hospital.
hospital. How
And
much
they're
it
going
was,
to start
right?
sticking people in there for involuntary fucking detox.
What do you think about involuntary care?
Bullshit, man.
Okay, here's a question. You're a drug addict. You're on the street. You're
Yes.
fucking totally fucked. You can't figure it
Yes.
out. You can't figure it out. You go into detox. They tell you don't have a choice. You got to stay here for 3 months. They give you a Sublocade shot.
Yeah.
What do you think? Is it good or bad?
Well, I've actually done the Sublocade before, and it worked for me.
Have you done the
100%.
Sublocade shot and then stayed clean for a bit?
Yeah, I stayed clean for 2.5 years, and then I relapsed.
So, tell me, correct me if I'm wrong. So going into involuntary care and taking Sublocade shot may help you.
No,
Short
because,
term.
because when I did the Sublocade shot, and I was clean for 2.5 years, that was my choice. I made that choice. If they try to make me do that, I'm not going to want to do it.
Here's a question. I got a question for you. I'm not a cop. I'm a mental health worker, but I do this for myself. I lost my job because of I'm not a woke person, and I called my government, my ministry out as a foster parent. I walked away because it got too woke. I walked away because it just got too woke. So listen, if you get arrested and put into the place, right?
Yeah.
And the outcome is good. When you get there, you're like, yeah, this fucking sucks. I got arrested. I'm in the fucking hospital. I got a Sublocade shot now, but the hospital's good. It's not the hospital. Let's say instead of arresting you and putting you in the fucking detox or the ward in the hospital where there's nurses and fucking doctors, I have a treatment center in Vernon. Okay, I got 24 beds in Vernon. What if they say, Andrew, that was at me, right? That's okay. What if they say, Andrew, I know who it was. What if they say, Andrew, why don't you go downtown and talk to some people and see if you can get them sober. If they want to get sober, you can get the Sublocade shot for them and you can go to Vancouver. What do you think? You can go to treatment. If they get a guy like me to talk to you and be your friend down here, walk down the street.
Yeah, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, maybe.
It's different,
Different scenario of how they people help.
Yeah.
If someone like me or an arrest, what do you want?
If they come and fucking arrest me and fucking say, yeah, you're gonna run this, I'm gonna go in there with a negative attitude. I'm not gonna want to do it. I'm gonna say, fuck you, fuck all that shit.
Someone just threw a fucking bottle at me. Look at that. They just threw it, it wasn't a bottle, it was just a plastic. It was just a plastic cup of water or pop or something. It was pop or something. Fuck it, it's not gonna hurt me.
Yeah,
I've been stabbed, I've been shot, everything's good. Anyways, bro, I don't like this. You're the captain? What's up, buddy? What are you doing, bro? You're the pirate of Vancouver?
Yeah.
How cool is this? What do? You making money? What's this stuff? That is so cool, man. You're awesome. You're from Quebec?
I just moved from there.
Just moved from Quebec?
From Montreal, yeah.
You're from where?
From Montreal.
From Montreal.
I'm from Winnipeg.
Why are you here?
Why am I here in the bus or where
Oh, in Vancouver.
Oh, because I moved out here to get away from bad stuff I was into in Winnipeg.
Have you found any bad stuff here?
Worse than Winnipeg. I didn't
Yeah.
know that. I came here for a fresh start, ended up with a horrible start.
Are you in a home?
Yeah, I have a safe house and everything, so
Okay, good.
yeah. Yeah, we're making good changes.
You guys are okay?
Yeah.
You're not hooked, you're not
No.
sober.
Well, alcohol still.
Little drinking once in a while?
Still struggling.
You're still struggling with alcohol.
Yeah,
That's the worst one.
I know.
I haven't had a drink in. I'm in my 29th year.
Really? Of sobriety?
Sobriety, yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah. I got stabbed and died when I was 24, so I had enough is enough.
Wow, good for you.
Went and played pro football in the NFL. And,
Really?
yeah, went
What
to
team?
Europe, played
What
Seattle,
team?
Seattle Seahawks, Frankfurt Galaxy, and
I hate
BC
the
Lions.
Seahawks because I like the Steelers.
Well, they paid me a lot of money for
I know.
a week.
A week, yeah. I know, I believe that.
A 1 day is a 1 day, bro. If you get
Yeah.
a paycheck for 1 day, you're a professional athlete.
Yeah, I know you are. No, for sure. And I'm not, yeah. I'm just saying I don't like it.
So, what do you think of the government giving out everyone safe drugs?
Safe supply.
Safe supply.
I have mixed feelings. I have mixed feelings.
Mixed feeling. Good.
Because, you know, there are HIV,
Yeah, but you know that the reality is though, like, let's talk about naloxone for just a second.
naloxone is definitely needed to save lives.
Okay, here, check this out. Like, listen to this story, watch. So, me and you, well, the three of us are like doing some rails, like hardcore.
Yeah.
Hardcore, but like, it's all up and all night. It's like 4 o'clock in the
Like,
morning.
what are we doing though?
They
We're
take
doing
it.
things?
No, we're smoking cocaine.
Okay, we're smoking
They're
coke.
doing coke. It's discipline. And then all of a sudden, I take one bump, boom, I die.
Hit the floor.
I die. There's no such thing as naloxone. What happens to you? Do you think next time when you're doing cocaine, do you think you should do it anymore?
I've never.
Okay,
Well,
here.
you're
No,
not.
that's one.
Yeah.
That's scenario one. Scenario two, we're doing it all, doing coke again. But this time, he takes a bump. Boom! He dies. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about it. Give him a little shot. Oh, you're up? Okay, let's continue to party. The bottom gets lower.
Bottom of the floor, and your brain dies more and more.
So, going back to the question, do you think naloxone's good or bad?
Probably not good for the general population. But
There you go. Think about it, right?
Maybe.
Sometimes one has to go for a whole bunch to be saved. Now we got a whole bunch that aren't
That's sad.
saved, and there are a whole bunch that are just lost.
But
Never thought about
who determines who's to be saved and who's not to be saved though?
I was the second group of 12 to take and understand what naloxone was and to
Yeah.
teach naloxone to people in Vancouver.
Okay, well that's cool.
Yeah, I learned how to. I thought it was a great thing until I opened up the package and the drugs and everything said, "Made in China."
Yeah.
Where does that stuff come from? China.
Knows?
Fentanyl. Such a time.
Yeah, exactly.
All they know is naloxone has saved my life 3 times already, and I now have cerebral atrophy because of the
Lifestyle.
brain being without oxygen.
Oh.
So the naloxone has saved my life, so I have mixed feelings.
You have mixed feelings.
Yeah, because it saved me, but I don't know what the side effects-
But here's the next question then. We're gonna go somewhere even further. Do you think if there is no such thing as naloxone, you would have made the decision to go down that road that deep?
I don't know. That's a hard question because I used to
Think about it for a half second. If people around you dying left, right, and center from it, do you think you would have gone, maybe I'm just gonna go drink?
I didn't know because it was brand new to Vancouver. We didn't have it in Winnipeg.
You're right. It flowed over.
It flowed over. Yeah, so I was unaware. I wasn't educated enough to make the decision.
Yeah. Because the government doesn't teach you about staying sober. The government teaches you about, oh, do you want
Harm
to do drugs?
reduction.
Here's some pipes.
Yeah.
You know, here's some,
Yeah. Here's some harm
I think it should
reduction.
be as difficult as possible to find.
talking to me on the bus and a random stranger. What do you think of this conversation?
I think
I think it
it's,
needs to be talked about more.
yeah.
Thank you.